$150 or so million, quite a modest acquisition, but what sort of impact are you expecting it to have on your expansion plans in such a key market? Because at the moment, I think you're 9th biggest PC seller there.
That is correct. Now, it's a very important, a very strategic market for us and fast growing. And next to that, we've seen that actually Brazil has overtaken Japan as the 3rd largest PC market in the world. And for us, in our quest to become #1, you have to move from number 9 to much higher in Brazil.
Will this acquisition actually be a big boost to getting towards that #1 position?
Tremendous. I think that it will ramp up over time, but it's an enormous market for first-time PC buyers. What we see there is tremendous market, also fueled because of the fact that we're going to have the World Cup soccer in 2 years. We're going to have the Olympic Games in 4 years from now.
A lot going on there.
A lot going on, and PC penetration is only about 21% versus mature markets where it's 88%. So there's a huge market of first-time PC buyers as well.
Now, the other side of this, of course, is the timing issue as far as what's going on in the emerging markets generally. China is slowing, India is slowing, most of the markets are slowing. Brazil is slowing. What sort of impact are you seeing on sales by the economic slowdowns in the emerging world?
Well, the economies are slowing down, but if you look at the opportunity for PCs, it's huge. And not just PCs, but also other categories like smartphones. I mean,
but your sales are slowing, I take it? Or your sales growth is slowing?
We are. We are actually growing, and we're growing fast in those markets. India, as you said, we're #1, and we continue to see good demand for where we're positioned. For example, in India...
What is good demand?
Well, good demand is that we are growing at an enormous premium to market. And even although the market is coming down because of all the economic slowdown, we continue to be at an even bigger premium, which means that relatively speaking to the market, our strategy is working out really nicely.
So you're not expecting to have to sort of redo the numbers, your forecasts, given the fact that the emerging markets are slowing?
Well, certainly there's pressure in the market. I mean, like I said, the overall demand is coming down, but versus our competitors, hence in our quest to grow share, we're definitely growing faster. And we're very optimistic about our future regarding it.
Let's talk about the future, because in a lot of the emerging markets, the really big growth area is smartphones, because I guess they're more affordable, and they're more portable to a degree as well. Is there a chance that the smartphone will sort of take over from the PC? People will buy smartphones rather than PCs in these emerging markets?
Well, what we see, and that's also one of the reasons why we made our acquisition in Brazil, we see in that those emerging markets, there is both a demand for PCs, right? If people want to create and have a family PC, and for education, the PC is still the #1 tool. And like I said, penetration is way behind other markets, so there's a tremendous opportunity. And people are getting some income. The C-class is emerging in Brazil, so there are more and more first-time buyers. It is, however, true that a lot of the people will first experience the internet and browsing through a smartphone instead of a PC. And that's exactly why our strategy is also what we call our 4-screen strategy, not just focus on PCs, but smartphones, tablets, as well as smart TVs. And that explains also our rise and focus on smart TVs as well as smartphones in China, where we're now #2 in smartphones.
So how important, as far as contributions to earnings, are phones going to be for Lenovo in the next 3 to 5 years?
Well, clearly it's an investment area now, but when you're talking about a time horizon of 3 to 5 years, the margin on phones is very attractive, right? And I believe that definitely over time it will contribute more and more to absolute gross profit dollars, for sure. Right now it's investment, it's getting into markets, getting our brand out there, but it will be a big contributor.
But you're going to remain a PC company first and foremost?
In our core, we're a PC company, but you'll see us focusing also next to PCs on the other categories such as smartphones.